cloudy out there, cool at times, also a lot of waves, and luckily we have our safe harbors out there. Beautiful shot of Santa Barbara, currently at 54 degrees. Humidity pretty spiked up as we're getting a lot of lower level moisture moving in, and as well some mid and upper level clouds that at times almost look like they're going to be a threat, but it looks like a lot of that's going to stay out of most of the sky for most of us. 60s today across the board south of Point Conception, a tad bit cooler as you headed farther north, which is expected as they're getting a little more of the brunt of the storms that are rather sparse right now, staying way to our north. We'll get into that in just a second. Current humidity values out there, so maybe a little bit of marine there will try to show up, or some dense inland fog can also pop up as you start to see those high values inland. Of course, the Central Valley, sometimes that can affect us off the beaches as well, as it's winter time, so you get that sort of ground fog. Widespread 50s, everybody fairly uniform, light winds out there, although Gaviota did just kick up a little bit out of the northwest, so that's something to be expected as we have yet another storm system barreling into the Pacific Northwest, the low way to the north, unlike what we saw about a week ago when we actually had a storm grace much of California. These systems tend to keep following what all the other predecessors do, which is run way over the top of us, and all we get is the tail end, and a lot of that just kind of evaporates. So yet another storm system for Saturday running in to the Pacific Northwest. Good news is there's a little bit of that getting into at least the northern and about the central Sierra, and Northern California will likely see some decent rainfall. So that's good news, as at least somebody in the state is getting some, but for much of our region, a lot of it's going to wash out. Now tomorrow right there, some sprinkles are possible and expected for the central coast, and that would be up to and including maybe northwest Santa Barbara County. But as I hit the button watch, it just really evaporates, or basically washes out very quickly, and we'll see another shot of energy showing up on Monday, which will run through. But as we've been saying much this year, minus what happened about 6-7 days ago, all the storm's energy stays way to our north. So we'll go ahead and look at our futurecast as far as future rainfall count. And as we spread out the numbers right there, pretty much that's the dividing line right there, the San Ynez Range, and anything north of that has a chance, not much according to the computer, and anything south of that pretty much stays a slam dunk dry, unfortunately. So hopefully we'll get our turn again. Mother Nature will start to line us up down the line. Typical with these types of systems too is a little northwesterly pushes of energy behind it, so wind events not really forecasted to get too strong, but there is a decent chance we'll see some wind over the next couple of days out of the northwest as these systems blow over the top of us. We usually do get that little flush of energy behind it. And your temperatures on Sunday back into the 60s, looking a lot like what we saw today, perhaps a degree or two cooler. And then on Monday it looks like we might go down even a little bit more, although with the north wind kicking in as the system goes by, your south coast could actually do a little bit better as we get just a little bit of that offshore compressional heating effect, which not real warm, but at least a few degrees higher than everybody else. Tomorrow's temperatures back into the 60s for the south coast, partly cloudy and mild. Not really seeing the rain chances. Unfortunately, it was about 4 or 5 days ago. Everybody was pretty bullish on hopefully getting some decent rain into central and even southern California, and that pretty much evaporated about the last day and a half. I noticed on my phone, and then of course on our forecast we also started bringing it up, and the National Weather Service unfortunately cementing that news today with it looks like a lot of the energy will stay to the north. Surf, that is not going to be going down anytime soon. It looks like we have swells lined up through tomorrow, and then a little break, and then perhaps again on Monday and Tuesday. So high waves, also high tide at around noon, so be careful. The beaches could experience a little bit of tidal overflow at those times. And there's your forecast for Santa Barbara. A lot of cloud activity. Slight chances do pop in throughout the next couple of days, but not really a big chance. So Santa Ynez north of that, so Ventura not, but then watch, I'll at least sneak in maybe Santa Maria and as well Lompoc. You do have some chances for a little bit of sprinkles through the next few days or so, but it looks like even those areas it's going to be pretty sparse. So at least, Tracy, we're trying to keep busy, but the rain just wants to stay a little too far north.
All right, thank you for that. A football player comes to the aid of another, mostly in jest. We will show you the action on the football field. And we have more New Year's baby photos to share from up and down our coast. That's still ahead on your local news channel live at 6.